What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the 10 plus new DLC weapons for Season 5, some crazy aftermarket parts, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and with that, there's plenty of brand new articles going up on detonated.com for those that want to stay up to date with all things Black Ops 6, and of course, all things Season 5. The team was hard at work over the last 24 hours covering everything you guys need for the upcoming MW3 content drop. That's of course going to be releasing on July 24th. Got even more coming up for you guys over the course of this weekend here on the channel as well. But just as a reminder, there's the brand new Deadshot Daiquiri collector's box available over on Control Freak. I'll have that linked down below. You can use code Dynamite to save 10% off any order at Control Freak, including for this life-size Deadshot Daiquiri perk can featuring some exclusive thumbsticks and even a code for a free in-game Deadshot charm. But moving into the weaponry for our 5th season, to go more in depth than what I did in my roadmap video as of yesterday, let's jump into the new Tactical Grenade. We're not going to be seeing a new kill streak, field upgrade, or any other equipment for Season 5, but we are going to be getting the new EMP Grenade. They obviously added the EMP kill streak last season, but I think like they did with the Quick Fix perk, how first it was a vest and now it's a literal perk, I think it's great that there's alternate ways to use similar abilities. So as they wrote here in the blog post, this deactivates enemy electronics and disrupts enemy sensors for a short time. Even if no equipment is affected, you'll still negatively impact the HUD of any enemies caught in the blast, making this a good breaching tool to disorient opponents before rushing in for the clear. Now, I really wouldn't expect anything more than, let's say, some reskins of certain equipment or field upgrades for Season 6, if that entire season will be Halloween based. I'm just going off of what they did for MW2 last year, but either way, Sledgehammer has absolutely killed it with post-launch support for more than just maps and weapons, but things like perks, field upgrades, equipment, they've absolutely crushed it and really set a bar for how the post-launch should work. But now when it comes to our weaponry, let's start off with the Static HV, our new SMG that I don't believe was leaked out, at least not until recently. This will be available in Sector 6 of the Season 5 Battle Pass. There's also a blueprint for it at Sector 17. I went over the Battle Pass in depth in a recent video that I'll have linked down below, but this weapon is small chambered and will fire 5.7 by 28 millimeter rounds. Now there's a base of 50 rounds in its factory magazine, which is crazy. They also mentioned it's a bite-sized LMG, which I think is pretty scary, and I'm sure there'll be an amp for it at some point in the future, but it's going to be great with hip fire, tac stance, or ADS behavior. They said that you could try different ammunition attachments and test out various muzzle and barrel combinations to squeeze out the most of this close quarters needler. Now, a little bit of gameplay of all these weapons was shown in the recent launch trailer, a bit in the Atlas Superstore Warzone trailer. I'll put as much footage as I can on screen of all the weapons that we're talking about here in this video. Next up, we have the good old STG. It's not called the STG-44, but it is a modernized version of that classic weapon that we saw in World War II back during Vanguard. This will be available in Sector 7 of the Season 5 Battle Pass, or you can also just pick out a blueprint for it in Sector 19. So the SMG I just went over has 18 levels, whereas the STG here is about 21. That's on par with SMGs and ARs that we already have here in MW3. It'll end up firing 7.92 by 33 millimeter rounds. It'll have easily controlled and accurate fire rates, as they wrote here in the blog, and it'll also have high quality iron sights. Now you could add a 60 round mag to the STG, which sounds crazy. I know running a drum mag on it back in the day was always pretty clutch, but they also mentioned it's compatible with the JAK BFB aftermarket part, and either way it's going to be a very reliable assault rifle, as they suggested here in some of the marketing. But those are the only two weapons that we're getting at launch. When it comes to later in the season, they already went over the spear, which has been leaked out for quite some time. If you're familiar with Apollo's Will, the shield from the BO4 Zombies map Ancient Evil, that was a throwable spear, and we really haven't had too many throwable melee weapons in Call of Duty. There's a few in COD Mobile, including a spear, but I think we had a throwable axe in Vanguard, and maybe even a throwable in Infinite Warfare, but we haven't seen too many throwable weapons, and this is going to be one of them. So it's confirmed to release through the classified sector by Season 5 Reloaded. That should be on around August 21st. So there'll of course be 4 challenges to do that give you rewards. Then the HVT will unlock, giving you a 5th and final challenge to unlock this DLC weapon. As they wrote in the blog post, fight like the ancients with a throwable spear built for the demands of modern combat. 3 spears are provided at each spawn. They throw fast and straight with a reticle provided to account for various distances. Thrown spears can be retrieved from the environment, kind of like throwing knives, and at least one should be kept for this weapon's rapid piercing strikes in close quarters. So you can strike with it like a melee, and you can also throw it for an additional bonus. Now this next weapon was leaked out back during Season 1, I believe, and both the spear and this compound bow are going to feature 6 levels you can grind through. through. So this is going to be the Torque 35, a bit similar to the bow we had back during the Cold War campaign, but more so in line with the Sparrow as we saw in a game like Black Ops 3 or even BO4. As they mentioned, wield a compound bow with 20 retrievable arrows, a red dot sight for accurate shots, and a weapon inspection animation that shouldn't be missed. Really excited to see what that one is. The bow's excellent handling allows quick follow-up shots, and in close fights, the option to fire off the hip keeps you light on your feet. You can pull back for longer to increase the strength and velocity of each shot and get creative with an array of ammunition options, including arrowheads equipped with thermite, explosive, and gas cartridges. A lot of cool options with this thing, but they did say that both the Spear and Torque 35 can pin enemies against the wall, so stick your insertion points accordingly. This will be available through a weekly challenge later in Season 5. Typically when a weapon is saved for a weekly challenge, that's probably around week 5-ish, so right when the Reloaded update does drop, it's going to be a massive update for both the classified sector of the Battle Pass and for the weekly challenges, so you of course have to do at least 5 challenges as a part of maybe week 5 to get this weapon right away. But moving into our aftermarket parts for our 5th season, 6 new parts total are going to be added, all of which will be transferable across MW3, Zombies, Warzone, even Warzone Mobile. Hopefully none are bugged for either of the game modes, but either way, we got some cool ones on deck here. First off, the JAK Widemouth barrel. This turns the Moore Sniper into what I believe is the Blunderbuss. So gameplay of this amp leaked out, I want to say early Season 3 Reloaded, so we all thought it was for Season 4, but it wasn't, and they already revealed in an image that this will be the week 1 aftermarket part reward that we'll be seeing beginning on July 24th. They confirmed it is only compatible with the Morse. It's a wide mouth barrel crafted to accommodate magnetic ball bearings that shatter upon firing, creating a barrage of small and lethal projectiles. So plenty of hackers already force loaded this thing into Warzone Mobile. There's a bunch of gameplay already out there on Twitter, which I'll put some on screen so you can see. But next up we have the JAK Slash. It'll be compatible with many weapons that have under barrel capabilities. They haven't clarified which weapons, but they did say this under barrel vertical grip doubles as a combat knife, replacing your melee attack with a lethal slash. So I guess something similar to a bayonet, I guess you could say, but in the form of an aftermarket part add-on. Should be pretty fun. Looking forward to it when they end up adding this throughout one of the weeks. And then we have the JAK Protean, compatible with the RAAL LMG. It's a conversion kit turning it into a highly adaptable prototype weapon with a telescoping barrel that can be toggled between full auto and semi-auto, offering suppressive fire and precision inside of the same weapon. So cool little hybrid ability. I'm hoping we get the Ripper at some point, which is a hybrid between an AR and an SMG, but this conversion kit sounds like a lot of fun for this MW2 light machine gun. Next up, the JAK Cataclysm, which is going to be for the RPK, and we got a glimpse of some of these amps from the roadmap that I'll put on screen so you can see. They said command the battlefield with this 50 cal conversion for the RPK. Slow yet powerful with a high capacity drum mag, this kit is your enemy's nightmare. Kind of reminds me of that amp we got for the M4, which I believe also allowed you to shoot 50 cal bullets. So something similar for the RPK, which was already a heavy hitter to begin with. But moving on to the JAK Devastators. These leaked out, I want to say, a good month ago or so, and it's going to give you the ability to have Akimbo on the Reclaimer shotguns, bringing us back to the dual wield Spaz 12s we used to have back in the day. So they said here, it'll give you a mobile artillery barrage with this aftermarket part. Accuracy and recoil control are minimal, but destruction is maximized for the Reclaimer 18. Hackers also force loaded this thing into early games of Warzone Mobile. I'll put some footage on screen so you can see. But last and certainly not least, the JAK Deathmarch. I believe footage just leaked out of this one about a good 2 weeks ago, essentially giving you unlimited ammo on the BAL 27. Should have called it the JAK Inferno in my opinion. You guys probably know the reference there, but they said this amp replaces standard ammo with high voltage power cells in the barrel with a platonic scatter barrel. Fire a spread of lethal laser blasts that take down enemies at short range. I believe you have unlimited ammo with it, but you have to kind of recharge it every so often. Could be mistaken on that one. That could just be the interpretation based on early gameplay, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how this amp performs. But like I do every season, we're going to go ahead and review the amp right as we unlock it live on stream, and we'll go ahead and make a video right away. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the brand new DLC weapons here in Season 5? Which weapon are you looking forward to the most? Will it be one of the aftermarket parts? Will it be something in the Battle Pass? Leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.